Welcome back to my channel. Today we will learn about the issue that has shaken up the bold and the beautiful in one of the most emotionally charged and controversial storylines of the year. This time, it's not just about love or betrayal, it's about family secrets, the destruction of a marriage, and the price of truth. Let's dive right into what happened, and how the aftermath will change everything moving forward. In recent episodes, Luna arrived at Steffi's home with one clear goal: to confront Finn and ask him to accept her as his biological daughter. This revelation had only surfaced recently, shocking both Luna and Finn. Luna, having grown up without her real father, was seeking a connection she had been denied her whole life. But instead of a warm reunion, she was met with hostility, not from Finn, but from Steffi. Steffi, deeply protective of her family and still grieving past traumas, viewed Luna as a dangerous influence. To her, Luna wasn't just a stranger. She was a murderer, someone who had destroyed lives. Without listening to Luna's side, Steffi threw her out of the house, demanding she stay away from Finn and their family. The tension was immediate, sharp, and left Finn caught in the middle of two clashing realities: loyalty to his wife and responsibility for his daughter. But Finn's heart had already begun to change. Finn's guilt and secret meetings. When Finn learned that Luna was his daughter, something inside him shifted. He began to look back on her life and wonder, what if he had been there? Could her life have taken a different path? Would she have avoided the pain, the decisions, the mistakes? The guilt gnawed at him. He realized that Luna's actions, no matter how dark, were shaped by a lifetime without his guidance. Unable to ignore this, Finn made a decision that would alter the course of his marriage. He began meeting Luna in secret. They started small, brief conversations, short meetups. But over time, their meetings became longer, more meaningful. Finn started mentoring her, listening to her pain, and slowly, Luna began to open up. She wasn't the villain everyone claimed she was. She was a confused, hurt, and desperate young woman searching for love and direction. And for the first time, she had someone who truly cared about her. But Finn's sudden disappearances and erratic behavior didn't go unnoticed. Steffi's suspicion and the discovery. Steffi sensed something was wrong. Finn would leave for hours without explanation. He'd come home distracted, distant. And worst of all, he no longer talked about their life together. Their emotional connection started to fray. She asked questions, but Finn gave vague responses. That's when Steffi decided to follow him. One morning, Finn told Steffi he was going for a walk to clear his head. Steffi waited a few minutes, then quietly followed him, staying out of sight. What she saw confirmed her worst fear. There, in the park, was her husband walking hand in hand with Luna. They looked calm, even happy. The sight made her stomach churn. Steffi stormed across the park, rage boiling over. She confronted both of them in front of stunned bystanders. "You lied to me, Finn," she shouted. "You promised me we were in this together. But this? You're choosing her?" Luna tried to explain, tried to keep the peace, but Steffi would hear none of it. The three of them argued loudly, emotionally. Luna eventually left, crying. Finn tried to calm Steffi, but it was too late. "You made your choice," she said. "You want to be with her, not me. Then so be it. We're done." The end of a marriage. That night, Steffi packed a bag and left the house with their children. She didn't wait for Finn to stop her. But to her shock, he didn't. He didn't beg. He didn't plead. He simply stood there, defeated but calm. "I'm sorry," Finn said. "But I can't pretend anymore. I can't keep pretending that being with you means I have to turn my back on Luna. She's my daughter. She deserves to know me. And I need to know her. Steffi stared at him, stunned. So that's it? After everything? Finn nodded. I'll always care for you. But I need to live my life on my own terms now. Without control. Without shame. Steffi walked away without looking back. Luna and Finn's new beginning. With his marriage over, Finn moved out of the family home and into a smaller apartment closer to the hospital. Luna visited him often, and slowly, they began to build something that resembled a real father-daughter bond. It wasn't perfect. There were setbacks, awkward moments, and deep emotional wounds to heal. But it was real. Finn supported Luna in her efforts to get therapy. He encouraged her to take accountability for her past, to face the consequences but also to forgive herself. He even introduced her to his colleagues, hoping she would see a future beyond her mistakes. Meanwhile, Steffi threw herself into work at Forrester Creations. She buried her heartbreak in business, refusing to speak about Finn or Luna. Friends tried to comfort her, but she kept everyone at a distance. Even Thomas found it difficult to break through to her. But the story didn't end there. Fallout and family division. The news of Finn and Steffi's split sent shockwaves through their families. Lee, Finn's mother, was furious. She blamed Luna for everything. She accused her of manipulating Finn and destroying his life. But Finn stood firm. This was my decision, he told Lee. You can hate Luna if you want, but she's my daughter. And I won't abandon her. On the other side, Hope and Brooke tried to comfort Steffi. Brooke, never a fan of the Finn-Steffi marriage, used the moment to subtly suggest that maybe it was time for Steffi to focus on herself and leave the past behind. Thomas, protective as ever, began watching Finn closely. He warned him, if you hurt Steffi any more than you already have, you'll have to answer to me. But Finn wasn't afraid. He knew what he was doing. For the first time in his life, he felt like he was walking his own path, not the one others expected of him. Luna's redemption arc. Over time, Luna's public image began to change. She spoke at a youth center about her struggles. She opened up in interviews about growing up without a father, making mistakes, and trying to find her way. She didn't ask for sympathy, she asked for understanding. Some began to forgive her. Some didn't. But Luna didn't let that stop her. With Finn by her side, she enrolled in college, planning to study psychology, hoping to help others like herself one day. Steffi saw some of these interviews and, though she didn't admit it out loud, she began to understand. Luna wasn't trying to steal Finn, she was trying to build a life that had always been denied to her. A new chapter begins. Months passed. The dust settled. Steffi finalized the divorce papers and focused on her children and her role at Forrester. Finn continued to balance hospital work and being a father. Luna, for the first time in her life, felt grounded. But the bold and the beautiful never leaves a story too quiet for long. Whispers began about a mysterious figure from Luna's past. Someone who had been watching from the shadows, someone with a secret that could turn everything upside down again. Was Luna really who she said she was? Was there another twist hiding just below the surface? And what about Steffi? Alone but not broken, rumors began swirling of a new love interest entering her life, a powerful man from Forrester International with a dark past and a fascination with Steffi's strength. This story of betrayal, family, and second chances is far from over. As Luna and Finn rebuild their bond, and Steffi charts a new course, viewers are left asking, can any relationship truly survive when the truth comes too late? Next. We will dive deep into the latest emotional whirlwind surrounding Hope Logan, Carter Walton, and Liam Spencer in The Bold and the Beautiful. Buckle up for a roller coaster of romance, heartbreak, and unexpected twists as we explore the tangled web of relationships, hidden secrets, and poignant decisions that could change everything for these beloved characters. From shocking intimate encounters to soul-bearing confessions, this drama is set to keep us on the edge of our seats with every passing episode. Let's unpack all the juicy details, including new elements and deeper insights into the motivations and emotions driving this captivating storyline. A shocking discovery on the horizon for Hope Logan. The tension in Los Angeles is palpable as Hope Logan finds herself at the crossroads of love and longing. Whispers around Forrester Creations suggest that Hope might soon stumble upon a scene that could shatter her heart or at least throw her emotions into complete disarray. Imagine her walking into a dimly lit room, expecting to find Carter Walton in a moment of quiet reflection, only to witness him entangled in a passionate embrace with the enigmatic Daphne Rose. Daphne, a recent arrival to the city with a mysterious past, has made no secret of her intentions to win Carter's affection, employing every charm in her arsenal to draw him closer. Her sultry glances and carefully timed flirtations at the office have not gone unnoticed, and it seems they might finally pay off in a way that could leave Hope reeling. This isn't just a casual fling for Daphne, she's playing for keeps, with a strategic mind and a determination to secure Carter's heart, even if it means stepping on Hope's dreams. Meanwhile, Hope's own heart seems to be pulling her in another direction. The pull toward her past with Liam Spencer has grown stronger with each passing day, fueled by nostalgia and unresolved feelings that linger like a haunting melody. Their shared history, filled with both joy and pain, has created an unbreakable bond that even time cannot erode. As Hope gazes into Liam's eyes during late-night conversations at Il Giardino, she can't help but dream of rekindling the fiery romance they once shared. The longing to rebuild their family, to recreate those golden moments of laughter and love, burns brightly within her. But there's a darker undercurrent to her desires, a heartbreaking secret that adds urgency to her every move. Liam's recent diagnosis of an incurable brain mass, a devastating revelation shared in a tearful moment at the hospital, weighs heavily on Hope. She's determined to cherish every second with him, to fill their remaining time with memories that will sustain her through the inevitable grief. This tragic backdrop casts a shadow over her every decision, making her cling to Liam with a desperation that is both beautiful and heartbreaking. Carter's unwitting heartache and Daphne's calculated moves. On the other side of this emotional triangle, Carter Walton remains blissfully unaware of the storm brewing around him. As a man who has often been caught in the crossfire of love and betrayal, Carter is no stranger to heartache, but this time, he might be walking straight into a misunderstanding of epic proportions. Picture this: Carter, working late at the Forrester office, overhears a private conversation between Hope and Liam behind a slightly ajar door. Hope's voice, soft yet resolute, speaks of a future with Liam, of belonging together in a way that echoes their past promises. To Carter, these words are a dagger to the heart, a clear sign that Hope has chosen Liam over him once again. What he doesn't know, however, is the context of her confession, the ticking clock of Liam's health that drives her words. If Carter were privy to the full story, if he could see the tears in Hope's eyes as she speaks of making the most of borrowed time, his reaction might be one of compassion rather than rejection. Instead, he retreats into himself, nursing wounds he doesn't fully understand, and seeks solace in the one person who seems to want him unequivocally, Daphne Rose. Daphne, with her keen sense of opportunity, is more than ready to be Carter's shoulder to cry on. She's been biding her time, weaving a web of subtle seduction with every shared coffee break and lingering touch. Her backstory, which includes a failed marriage and a desire to start anew in LA, adds layers to her pursuit of Carter. She sees in him not just a handsome, successful man, but a chance to rebuild her life on a foundation of stability and passion. As Carter confides in her about his feelings of betrayal over late-night drinks at a secluded bar, Daphne listens with empathetic eyes, all the while plotting her next move. Will she use this vulnerability to draw him into a moment of weakness, a kiss that could spiral into something more? If so, the timing couldn't be worse for Hope, who might walk in at the exact wrong moment, her heart already fragile from the weight of Liam's prognosis. Liam's selfless sacrifice and Hope's torn heart. Liam Spencer, ever the conflicted hero, stands at the center of this emotional maelstrom with a clarity that comes from facing his own mortality. His diagnosis has shifted his perspective, turning every interaction with Hope into a precious gem to be treasured. Late-night strolls through the park, where they once planned their future, now carry a bittersweet edge as Liam contemplates a world where he won't be there to see their daughter Beth grow up. His primary concern is Hope's happiness after he's gone, a selfless love that drives him to make a heartbreaking suggestion: rekindle things with Carter. Liam believes that Carter, with his steady presence and genuine care for Hope, is the man who can provide her with the stability and love she'll need in the coming months and years. During a tense conversation at their family cabin, surrounded by memories of happier times, Liam urges Hope to consider giving Carter another chance, to build a future with someone who will be there when he no longer can. This advice, though born from love, places Hope in an impossible position. Her heart aches for Liam, for the life they could have had if fate hadn't dealt such a cruel hand. Yet, she also respects his wishes, understanding the depth of his sacrifice. Torn between honoring Liam's request and following her own desires, Hope tentatively decides to reach out to Carter, to bridge the gap that misunderstanding has created. She rehearses her words on the drive to his apartment, hoping to explain her feelings and the complex emotions tied to Liam's condition. But what if she arrives only to find Carter in a compromising position with Daphne? The image of their silhouettes through a cracked door, the sound of Daphne's laughter mingling with Carter's low voice, could be the final blow to Hope's already fragile resolve. Would she turn away, tears streaming down her face, and run back to Liam, vowing never to let go until the inevitable end? Or would she confront Carter, demanding answers in a moment of raw, unfiltered pain? The ripple effects of heartbreak and Hope's ultimate choice. The potential fallout from this love triangle is nothing short of explosive. If Hope catches Carter and Daphne together, it could send shockwaves through their social circle at Forrester Creations, where gossip spreads like wildfire. Colleagues like Steffi and Ridge might weigh in, offering conflicting advice that only adds to Hope's confusion. Steffi, with her own history of romantic entanglements, might urge Hope to fight for Carter, while Ridge could advocate for cherishing every moment with Liam, given the circumstances. This external pressure, combined with her internal struggle, could push Hope to a breaking point, forcing her to make a decision she's not ready for. Will she cling even tighter to Liam, determined to create a family memory book filled with joy, even as the clock ticks down? Their shared moments baking cookies with Beth, watching sunsets from their balcony could become a lifeline, a way to anchor herself against the storm of loss. Alternatively, Carter's reaction to Hope's potential discovery adds another layer of complexity. If he believes Hope has chosen Liam irrevocably, he might fully surrender to Daphne's advances, diving into a relationship that offers distraction from his pain. But deep down, Carter's heart still beats for Hope, and a part of him might always wonder if he gave up too soon. Daphne, sensing his lingering doubts during quiet mornings over coffee, could become insecure, pushing harder to solidify their bond, perhaps even suggesting a spontaneous getaway to cement their connection. This move could backfire, however, if Carter's unresolved feelings for Hope resurface at the worst possible time, leaving Daphne heartbroken and questioning her own worth. What lies ahead for Hope, Carter, and Liam? As we look toward the future episodes of The Bold and the Beautiful, the stakes couldn't be higher for Hope Logan. Upcoming spoilers hint at a jaw-dropping surprise that could upend everything we think we know. Will Hope walk in on Carter and Daphne at the most inopportune moment, catching them in a steamy encounter that leaves no room for misinterpretation? The visual of Carter's shirt unbuttoned, Daphne's arms around him, might be burned into Hope's memory, a scar that even time cannot heal. Or could there be an unexpected twist, perhaps a last-minute medical breakthrough for Liam, giving Hope a sliver of hope that their story isn't over yet? The writers of B&B are known for their curveballs, and a sudden turn of events at LA General Hospital could introduce a new dynamic, forcing all parties to re-evaluate their choices. Whatever happens, one thing is certain: emotions will run high, and hearts will be tested in ways we can't yet predict. Hope's journey is a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the power of love to both heal and hurt. Whether she chooses to fight for Carter, hold on to Liam until the very end, or forge a path of her own, her story will resonate with viewers who understand the ache of impossible decisions. So, dear B&B fans, keep your eyes glued to the screen for the latest updates and shocking reveals. Will love triumph over tragedy, or will misunderstandings tear these characters apart for good? Drop your predictions in the comments below, and let's discuss where you think this emotional saga is headed next. Until then, stay tuned for more drama, more passion, and more of the unforgettable moments that make The Bold and the Beautiful a staple in our daily lives.